us to that big screen and play out this video which we've put together with the India Today Open Source Intelligence Desk, and you will see what happened. Now this is our best estimate based on everything that is in the public domain. We don't have access to the railway's own records, but using the logger which was used, we tried to recreate what happened. So here's essentially what happened, and look out for this signal because this is a signal that really tends to cause that accident. So you've got a situation here where there is a goods train on the two loop lines. They're just stationary and static. They're over there. And you've got the Coromandel Express coming from Balasore towards Bhadrak in Orissa. This is around 6:55. And essentially, for some reason, and this is what I'll just go across to our panel of experts and try and understand from them, in some fashion, the train goes on the loop line. Can we just play that out for our viewers? It's just coming on your screen right now. Remember, we've also tried to infuse some artificial intelligence generated images. So here is the goods train that's static. You've got the two trains now coming at 120 kilometers plus. I spoke to some railway officials. This is the fastest they can come. And somehow at this signal, which is now marked in red, this gets switched to the loop line. And that's what I'm going to try and understand from our guests. Why and how could that have happened? Suddenly, they have a green signal. You just heard what that officer was saying. She had a green signal. So this train should have essentially just gone straight. That train should have gone straight. This train would have gone like this. And that would have been just a routine day on the tracks. For some reason, something in that signal asks and gets this train to move into the loop line where it goes and smashes into the goods train. And then remember, this is not the only accident that happens because this train is whizzing past on the top. The Yeshwanthpur Express, because it's whizzing past on the top, as this train collides, bogies of this train go and smash into the last two bogies of the Yeshwanthpur Express, which is on the line above. Now, I'm no railway expert. You know, these are signals, which really is a hardcore specialization. So on this, I want to go across to Sudhanshu Mani, Alok Kumar Verma and Lalit Chandra Trivedi. Three different perspectives on what could have happened. I just want to play that animation on the screen so that our viewers can understand visually, try and determine what happened. And I want to go across to Sudhanshu Mani because when I spoke to you earlier, we had a broad sense but not the specific details. Now we've heard the railway minister say it as well. We heard the operations member of the railways board say it. But there is some issue with the signal which is green, asking the train to go straight, yet it somehow comes onto the loop line. How and why could something like this have happened according to you?
Okay, so the electronic interlocking is a fail-safe system. It goes through extensive testing, and I have in my service life not come across of a system malfunction which is not fail-safe. If there is a failure, it turns the signal to red, brings the trains to stop. In this case, although the route was set to loop line, the signal was showing for main line. That is something which is possible only because of an unauthorized human intervention. Now that human intervention can be criminal with criminal intent, or it could also be because of criminal cavalier attitude to maintenance, to quicken one's maintenance work, and doing an unauthorized intervention in the circuit, fooling the system to think the driver that he is
no,
going
one
on
second. Can I just pause you to say
full speed?
You are suggesting that this is negligence, but I'm also reading this one letter from February 23 which talks about a system problem. It talks about a serious problem in the interlocking system where the route of the train suddenly gets changed after it gets a signal. This was a failure in the system which didn't alert the system master to this unusual track change. The signal maintainer, the ESM, meddled with the train interlocking system without entering the relay room, which is a shocking failure of the inbuilt safety measures. So I don't understand the specific nuances, but this is broadly what seems to have happened in this case as well. Dinesh Trivedi says it isn't. But isn't it possible that there could also be a system failure? You're saying this is some kind of criminal negligence or somebody tweaked with the system. But what if there is a gap in the system or there's a problem with the system? Why aren't you willing to accept that possibility?
So I have seen that letter, but I was not able to study it. It's a letter from one officer to another hinting that there was a system failure. I doubt if it was established as a system failure. So beyond that, I'll not be able to go into that letter, but I'm speaking from my experience. This kind of system failure, which is not in a fail-safe mode, does not happen.
Why not? I mean, all systems can fail. The system could have failed. Why? What are you imagining? From what you know, what are you imagining could have happened? You're saying that somebody, either within the railways or from outside, came and tinkered and tweaked with the system, which created a set of circumstances which led to this accident? That's what you're suspecting?
I'm saying this based on my experience and based on my understanding. Equipment can fail, components can fail, but the system takes care that in such a situation it goes to fail-safe mode. In this case, it would have turned the signals to red and a train would have stopped in time because the route was not set to the path that the signal was showing.
Maybe the fail-safe failed. Isn't that a possibility?
But no, fail-safe does not fail. That's the whole idea of fail-safe. It goes through such extensive testing that it precludes any possibility of fail-safe failing.
Okay, you're a railways man, so you obviously have faith in your system.